This one's tough to talk about.
Yeah.
On December 16th, a school shooting happened right here in Madison
Right here in Madison, Wisconsin.
at Abundant Life Christian School.
Abundant life.
It's the kind of news that just stops you in your tracks.
It really does.
I mean, Abundant Life, it had this reputation,
Oh, absolutely.
as a peaceful place.
A really peaceful place.
Violence just seemed unimaginable there.
What makes it so jarring
Yeah.
is the school itself. I mean, Abundant Life Christian School
Exactly.
was known for being peaceful.
And so I think it's even more important for us to try to go beyond just the headlines.
I agree.
We want to understand what happened,
Of course.
why it might have happened,
Yeah,
and what we can learn from it.
absolutely. I think understanding is the first step towards preventing these things from happening again.
So let's start with just the basic facts.
Okay.
It was Monday morning,
Monday.
just after 10:13 a.m.
10:13 in the morning.
Students were in study hall
Yep.
when the shots rang out.
Terrible.
And, we're learning more and more.
Sure.
The shooter, we now know, was a 15-year-old student,
15 years old.
Natalie Samantha Rupnow.
It's chilling to think
I know.
that some students initially mistook the gunshots
What?
for construction noise.
Wow.
It really speaks to how unexpected and out of place this violence was
Yeah, totally surreal.
in that environment.
And, this is hard to even talk about, but Natalie tragically took the lives of a teacher and a fellow student
Yes.
before turning the gun on herself.
Awful.
But there were some glimmers.
Okay.
The police responded incredibly quickly.
They did.
I mean, they were there within minutes.
Amazing.
And I read about a student who, while hiding, actually managed to send the message to emergency services.
Oh, wow. Talk about quick thinking in the face of fear.
I know. I can't even imagine
It's remarkable.
the courage it took to do that.
These young people showed incredible resilience
Yeah.
in a truly terrifying situation.
So we're learning that Natalie left behind some writings,
Okay.
and investigators are kind of calling them
Right.
a possible manifesto.
A possible manifesto.
And I think these writings, along with what people who knew her are saying, they're starting to give us some insights
Yeah.
into what might have been going on with her.
What might have been going on.
So from what we're hearing, friends describe her as someone who kept to herself,
Oh, okay.
rarely spoke in class.
Didn't interact much with other.
Yeah, didn't really interact much with her peers.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
Interesting how.
These behaviors, while not always a sign of something serious,
Yeah.
they can be
Okay,
indicators
gotcha.
of deeper issues.
Right.
What's crucial, I can't stress this enough, is just being aware
Aware of what?
of any changes in behavior in young people.
Especially young people.
Yes. Sometimes the signs are subtle,
Right.
and that's what makes it so challenging.
So true. And, I mean, this kind of brings us to the bigger issue.
Yes.
Of mental health.
Mental health.
I mean, it's pretty clear. You don't just wake up one day
Right.
and decide to do something like this.
Exactly. And
There's got to be
there are often warning signs.
warning signs. Yeah.
The challenge is recognizing them
Recognizing them.
and creating spaces
Yeah.
where young people feel comfortable asking for help.
I mean, think about it this way.
Yeah.
If a student breaks their arm,
Right.
they go to the nurse.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
Exactly.
We need to create that same level of comfort around mental health.
We need to. Early intervention is key here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, could earlier intervention have made a difference in Natalie's case?
That's a question investigators are going to be asking.
Heck,
us.
sure they are.
For sure.
I want to shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
We've talked about Natalie.
Yeah.
We've talked about mental health.
Yes.
But we have to talk about the impact on the community.
Of course. This is huge.
I mean, a dedicated teacher, gone.
Gone.
A student's life cut short.
Too young.
I mean, families are shattered.
It's heartbreaking.
The entire community is just reeling,
Absolutely.
trying to process this.
This immense loss.
This immense loss. And, I was reading a story
Oh, yeah.
about a parent who said they hugged their child a little longer
Oh,
before school that day.
that's powerful.
It just really hit me.
I can imagine.
because it just captures
Yeah.
the fear that so many parents are feeling.
You're right. It really highlights the ripple effects
Yeah.
of these tragedies.
Right.
The trauma goes way beyond
Yeah.
the immediate victims.
It does.
It impacts families.
Their friends,
Yeah.
the entire school community,
Absolutely. Support for the students and staff,
especially at Abundant Life.
especially at Abundant Life. In the long term,
Long term, yeah.
this is going to be crucial.
It really is. And, as we learn more about what happened, it raises a lot of tough questions.
It does.
I mean, for example, access to firearms.
Big one.
I mean, how did Natalie get the weapon?
Right.
What role does responsible gun ownership play in all of this?
It's a big question.
And then, of course, there's the broader issue of mental health support for teenagers.
Yeah.
I mean, are the resources we have enough?
Are they enough?
How can we make sure the young people can get the help they need
Yeah.
without feeling ashamed or stigmatized?
That's a big one, too.
These are questions we need to grapple with.
Absolutely. We do.
Not to point fingers,
No.
but to really create a safer environment for everyone.
Exactly. We need to have honest conversations
Honest conversations, yeah.
about gun safety
And mental health resources.
and mental health resources.
Yeah.
And we need to build cultures of support
Where?
in our schools
Okay.
and in our communities.
It's a tall order.
It's going to take all of us.
Yeah, no doubt. I think for Madison, the healing process
Yeah.
is just beginning.
Just beginning.
And, while the community will eventually move forward,
It will.
this event, I think, will leave a lasting impact.
I think so, too. But even amidst all this,
Yeah.
there's a reminder
Okay.
of how important it is to pay attention
To pay attention
to
to
those around us,
Yeah.
to be there for each other,
Right.
and to create spaces where it's okay to ask for help.
I couldn't agree more.
We all have a role to play
Yeah.
in building safer communities.
Safer communities for sure.
And this tragedy,
This tragedy, yeah.
while devastating,
Absolutely devastating.
it can be
Yeah.
a catalyst for change.
Catalyst for change. I like that.
If we choose.
If we choose to learn from it.
If we choose to learn from it.
And to our listeners, I want to leave you with this thought.
A thought to go home with.
If you were in a position to make a difference, what one thing would you focus on to prevent another tragedy like this?
That's a great question.
Something to think about.
It is.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everyone.